Hi, I'm theciaellis and welcome to Grandma's Homestead. Today we're going to be in the kitchen again, and I've had a few requests or questions about how to make bone broth, because most of the people who know me know that, especially after I got sick a few years ago with alpha-gal, which I found out later was alpha-gal, but I was drinking a lot of bone broth, and I was making my own because I was paying attention to labels and you know how expensive things had gotten also. So I learned how to make my own bone broth, and there's several different ways. I will show you other ways in the future, but today I'm going to show you my favorite way. This is my Instant Pot, and I was trying to look and see if it could tell you, because I have two sizes. This is the smaller size, and a friend gave me a larger size, but this is a smaller one. This size, with being, because it's displaced by the bones, makes about 3 quarts when it's done. These are bones that I save. I save them after meals, chicken, pork, and well, we don't do much beef, so that's not generally an issue to have beef bones, but chicken and turkey and pork bones, I save them after the meals, put them in the freezer when my bag gets full, or when I'm ready for to make a new batch. I will get this out of the freezer and thaw it, and I have a couple more bags in the freezer, but this is what I'm going to do today. It's a simple recipe. We've got bones, an onion, and about 3 cloves of garlic and salt, and that's it. The first thing I'm going to do is put my bones in the pot. And this sounds crazy, but we're going to get a knife. We're going to cut it in half with the skin and everything on it and throw it in. Now, some people who are more frugal than I am will actually save the tops and bottoms of their onions and put them in the freezer along with their bones and stuff, and use them for the onions for their broth. I don't do that. I just grab an onion, cut it in half, throw it in there. This garlic is already starting to sprout because I'm supposed to have already planted it, but I'm going to use it. Alright, there's the 3 cloves of garlic. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't measure my salt. I usually do two good sized pinches, like big pinches. So I'm going to estimate that that's about a tablespoon of salt. And I use kosher salt. This is probably going to run a little bit more fuller than it should. Hopefully it'll work. You can see there's my line there. I'm going to fill this up with water up to that line. Alright, we've got our water in it. Got the onion, got the garlic, got the salt. Set this, put it on soup broth, and walk away. Alright, this has already gone through its cycle. I've turned it off. It's already lost its steam. So we're going to take the lid off of it here. And yes, you can see where I have some meat that was on some pieces of bones, but I've got something I can do with those also. And what I have here, because I know it usually makes about 3 jars, I've already got my jars. I've got my towel here because I'm not very clean, and this bowl is to put the bones in. So debone the meat, and I actually freeze that. So let's get started with this now. I have already removed the onion and put it in the scrap bucket for the pigs. And now I'm going to take all of this bone out and put it in this bowl so it can be cooling. You don't have to get all the bones out of the way, because as you get down low, you might find some more, especially if they're smaller. That looks pretty good for right now. Now you can do whatever you want to for a filter. I take paper towels and cut them and stick them in here and use them to filter it out, because if you look, There's some debris and stuff in it. So I'll stick it and just let it go through the paper towels. And I end up with beautiful clear broth. Let it seep through. Take it out and go to the next one. Okay, this is the first jar. And I just use regular caps because I'm going to stick this in. Looks like I missed a couple little pieces, but that's okay. But I'm going to stick this in the refrigerator because I usually go through about 3 quarts every week. So now I'm going to go ahead and fill up these other 2. Alright, I got almost 3 quarts. I had a little bit more meat in this, in my bowl, or in this batch than I normally do, so it probably took up the space there. But isn't that beautiful? That's beautiful broth, highly nutritious. And I want to show you this one from last week. When you tilt it, it's thick. You know why? And this has been in the refrigerator. That is collagen, guys. When you cook bones with the joints and everything in it, that is collagen. That is good for your skin. That's good for your body. Good for your joints. That is good for you stuff right there. And I would dare to say that there's enough joints and stuff in this that this is all going to turn to gel too whenever it gets cooled. So I'm going to let the broth cool down a little bit before I stick it in the refrigerator. I'm going to let the meat cool down before I debone it. I will debone that. I label and put the date on it and put it in the deep freeze. And I have a bag full of meat just like that. So especially in the wintertime, if you need to have some meat in your soups and stuff or whatever, you pull that out and put it in your soup and you've got extra meat for your meal that you didn't have to pay for. So, and whatever you want to do with your bones. These have been cooked at least twice. I've got big dogs. You can shoot me. I don't care. My dogs are smart enough. And I've noticed that they don't eat the sharp stuff. But they love the bones because they have been through the pressure cooker. They're much softer. I don't have to worry about them being brittle and causing problems with my dogs. And they love what's left over. And that's another meal for them that I don't have to pay for dog food for. So this is a really good way to make good bone broth from your leftover meat. Now you can do this whatever you want to do. There are some additions that you can do. Like some people put ginger in theirs if they want to have that flavor. Not only the flavor, but some people have it for if they have stomach problems and stuff. That helps them with that. Another one is you can put turmeric root into it, and that's a good anti-inflammatory. So, you know, you can kind of experiment, kind of look up a few recipes if you whatever you think would work. But good bone broth, you just can't beat it. It's very satisfying. It's just warming to your tummy, and it's very nutritious. So that's all I got for you guys. I pray that you make the best bone broth you want from whatever you've got. God bless, guys. I'll see you next time.